I mean, why are you here?
Well, I'm here today because the corporate personhood aspect is actually the reason why I'm in Occupy. Um, I've been working on the corporate personhood aspect for a few years now, and saw that that was becoming a forefront discussion nowadays. So I came very specifically to deal with corporate personhood, so that's why I'm here. My intention for today specifically is realizing that this is an untalked about topic, and so very specifically, my goal is to educate and spread the word right now about how it affects us.
I didn't know there was a way of channeling that into just educating myself or participating in
Yeah,
community.
I was definitely, at that time period, I was suffering from cynicism. It was a very bad thing, where I was like, man, there's stuff wrong everywhere. What do I do about it? Oh, if you do something, nothing's going to happen about it. You get so cynical that it keeps you from acting. And you start just sitting there and being like, oh man, things are horrible. And so that's really what I lost when I came up here. I lost a lot of that cynicism, and I'm not even really sure why. It's just that I saw progress made in the localities, We started doing work and progress was made, and I was like, wow, you can actually really do something that means something locally. It doesn't have to be, fixing the world's problems all in one big, solution. You do it in steps, and that's really, and that's what I've really learned up here in being active. Small local.
That's one thing what are the organizations that you, besides Occupy Nevada County, are there any other organizations that were good conduits for helping you focus?
Well, yeah, I mentioned the peak oil thing that I went through. Right after peak oil in our community, we formed a group called APPLE, Alliance for a Post-Petroleum Local Economy. It's a group that does have chapters across the country. It's a national movement. In fact, I think they're around the world. But we started a local Apple group, and I was very much involved in that. Local sustainability, all this right along the line of being sustainable local, addressing your problems locally, trying to be renewable, forming a strong community. I mean, for instance, community gardens. If the place people don't have land to garden, you can get a community garden. A lot of that was all tied up in Apple's mission statement of making our community self-sufficient.
Is there anything else that you think that our readership would be interested in? Democrats and Democrats aren't Democrats up here. They're here because they're trying to find a context that's effective. But then Occupy Wall Street came around, and just the opportunity to see the 99% just saying, we may not know the answer, we may not have this great agenda or something specific. But it sounds like you're getting more specific as you see what is evolved.
Absolutely. I'd say that the media right now, it still spins it as a very general non-solution, but there really are many, I'd say maybe 9, 10 issues that are coming out of Occupy and here's, importantly enough, and or maybe not so relevant to how is this important to the Democrat Party, but it's across the board stuff. And so in a lot of ways people are frustrated and they have the cynical aspect just with the party politic aspect.
Yeah.
And there's no problem with associating with the party and doing that sort of thing, but at some point you got to start pushing the direction where things are going. And that's Occupy is a movement that not only addresses issues that Democrats have, but the really core basic issues. So in some way, Occupy movement steps back from our microscope viewing of our society right now. Democrats and Republicans, you get a microscope and that's where you can see those actions going on. You step back and you go macro, a bigger macro view, and that just blurs, and then those party politics don't necessarily mean so much, and we're coming behind an umbrella movement aspect that more people are associating with and joining up. It's not a scary thing. It's really a fun thing. but it doesn't mean you have to leave behind your core beliefs. These are just a stepping back to where we can all agree upon something.
Finding out what we can, and then that's how you create your win-win solution.
Yeah. So my specific, I'm very nonpartisan the way I approach my life, but I know for a fact that if we don't take the levers of government out of the hands of the corporations and put them back into the hands of the people, it doesn't matter what parties we are. It doesn't matter what we believe as people. We won't get anything done until we grasp those levers and take back control of our government.
Some rent control, there's provisions for foreclosure.